Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole King, D.L. Lauren Frey, Grim, Clover, Internet Blood Sports, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. I lately have been playing a little bit of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim on my Nintendo Switch. It was originally a PlayStation exclusive that got a lot of hype, a lot of publicity, a lot of a lot of posts on 4chan, and once it came to Switch, it was kind of ignored. It was kind of forgotten. It was kind of no different than, any other PlayStation exclusive. Like if once it goes multi-plat, nobody really gives a fuck. So playing Aegis Rim, 13 Sentinels, I think most fans tend to call it, has been an interesting experience because there's really not a lot like it. It's a mix of visual novel and real time strategy. By that I mean, well, turn based strategy. I don't know. Like it's a strategy game mixed with a visual novel. There are these long, elaborate sequences of story moments that has its own separate mode, and then you have like the actual gameplay mode, which honestly feels more like an afterthought. And I've hardly spent any time with it at all. Honestly, I've mostly been focusing on like getting through the story. And my experience with Vanillaware games is kind of limited. I've only ever played Muramasa, and I did not enjoy it. I Muramasa is one of those games that a lot of people say is one of the best on the Wii, but I found it to be a really weak experience. Did not care for it. Don't like it at all. In spite of like some interesting visual design choices and some story stuff. Like it sucks because a lot of the stuff that Muramasa did, I am a fan of. Like the hand drawn animation, like the animation, the character designs, the idea, the general concept is awesome, but like it just the game itself just didn't really do it for me. I don't enjoy it. 13 Sentinels is deeply flawed in the sense where the story makes no sense. It's all over the place, and in a lot of ways, it's the same thing over and over again with all these different characters. They're all like crushing on each other. They're all having these crazy dreams, and they all get into giant robots and fight aliens. I I think it's ridiculous in a lot of ways, but I think that's what makes it fun. I do enjoy this a lot more than Muramasa, significantly more, in fact. I can see myself being considering myself like I am entertained by the game, but I'm not sure if that's the same thing as me saying it's good, and that's part of the reason I'm making the videos. Like, where exactly do we draw the line between like actual quality, high quality gameplay versus stuff that like I personally enjoy? Because this game is like convoluted as fuck with like I believe 13 different characters. I think that's what they mean when they say 13 Sentinels. All of them have like plot lines that like go all over the place. The timeline. There's time travel involved. Characters go back in time. It is very very difficult to like to put everything together and understand just what's happening here. There's all kinds of weird nonsense in regards to like characters like going back in time and their relationships and having amnesia, like fighting aliens, discovering aliens, uncovering conspiracies, like hiding robots, like being a magical girl, I guess, like a talking cat. Like this series, this game is like the most insane anime series ever, and that's a big reason why I'm so into it. Like it was one of the things I was thinking of when I played it. I think what makes this so appealing to me is that this is a visual novel setup that really could only be done in the video game format, right? Where you're expected to like just choose a character and go through their storyline, and then kind of like try to wrap your mind around like the insanity yourself. And that's a lot of fun to me. I really think that was a really interesting choice. I really do like the ideas presented. I do like how ridiculously like condensed it all is. How much is going on. Uh, I love this a lot. I really do. I really am enjoying this. And the strategy game aspect isn't bad either. Like unfortunately, a lot of I was actually planning on getting through the strategy game aspect first and then going through the visual novel setup because early on you're kind of forced to like do the opening chapters and stuff like that and like you don't get a taste for what the gameplay was like. So once the game opens up, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try the strategy game aspect. So like I did that. I fought like a bunch of waves and then like the game prevents you from going forward because I didn't do enough story aspects. So I guess the this is one of those games where you're supposed to like deeply be invested in the story. So if you're not like me, if you're not into this like crazy out there sci-fi nonsense, like again, I'm someone who doesn't typically like mech shit, right? Like I don't care. I never got into Gundam. I never got into like a lot of this kind of stuff. I don't like Eva. I don't like anything really in this genre. But like I don't even I'm also like a very big critic of like high school shit, which a lot of this game seems to focus on a lot, but they do it so well with so many different characters and it makes them all interesting. Like I am a fan of it. Like I am really, really into it. And I am very, very, very excited to see just what the game has in store for me going forward.